what you just said is so profound. You said these people don't know anything and they don't know what they're doing.
That's right.
But they're appointees.
But Elon Musk.
I understand. But they are appointees of the duly elected president. So your view, you're here as our legal expert, but your view is because you don't personally believe they know enough that the duly elected president, who appointed a Treasury Secretary and who appoints special appointees like Elon Musk, shouldn't be able to act as the president because you don't personally believe they know enough?
Well, they
is that how it works?
No.
Or do elections mean anything to you?
Well, it's got nothing to do with elections.
Of course it does. He's doing
the fact
exactly
of the
what
matter
we
is,
The truth was
there
told
is a
tonight.
law.
The truth was told.
That's Republican Scott Jennings getting a political hack on CNN to involuntarily say the quiet part out loud about establishment media's newest narrative about President Trump. Welcome to Nerk News. I'm Nerkish, and it looks like legacy media has somehow managed to sink below our already subpar expectations of them. Because for some reason, one of their main points of attack against President Trump since he took office has been over him not being transparent enough. This is particularly true with their latest narrative about Elon Musk and DOGE finding massive amounts of government fraud and waste. Here's CNN attempting to gaslight people about this next to a video of DOGE literally sharing all of the information they're claiming doesn't exist.
I take him at his word that he wants to be transparent, that he invites transparency. Obviously, everybody in the English-speaking world media is looking into him every single day. I would have no fear if I were him about Congress. He hasn't been
asking
questions and looking into it. I think they are.
The definition of it is he's not been on the front end of this so far. He's not been transparent. I mean, there may be
they are making routine announcements about the things they are finding, and they are inviting questions about the things they are finding every single day.
But by definition, he's not being transparent. They're not providing data for the things that they say they have found evidence of. They just aren't.
The White House has provided.
You can make announcements, and he also did admit that he actually.
So you just don't believe it. I mean, they are providing information. You just choose not to believe that it's true.
I don't think anyone should just believe that it's true. Do you think that people have taken kickbacks of tens of millions of dollars from USAID?
Here's what I think.
Do you believe that?
I think every year.
No, but don't accuse me of just like.
I'm just asking you. Do you believe that there is any level of fraud, waste, fraud, and abuse in the government?
No. That's not what you're asking me, and I'm going to ask the question. Don't accuse me of just like.
And so, if you believe that, do you believe that it's possible that they are finding and producing information about it? Of course,
that wasn't my question. My question was, by definition, they're not being transparent. They can continue to be successful.
What do you want them to do?
Provide data. If they're provide data that they have found people, everyone would want to know if someone has received kickbacks to the tune of tens of millions of dollars.
I don't disagree with you. I love the idea of data. I love the announcements. I love them putting out regular reports of what they're doing.
Have not.
You know, I've really got to be honest here. This tactic has me baffled. It's almost as if these people don't understand that the internet exists. And to repeatedly air segments making this claim on the same network that not only turned a blind eye to the lack of transparency from the last administration, but more often than not ran cover for them and even applauded it in some cases. After all, I'm sure we remember the emotional pretend journalists over there applauding Harris for avoiding them and saying that it was a vibes campaign. Speaking of which, here's former hysterical liberal Anna Kasparian with Megyn Kelly slamming this ridiculous line of attack from the establishment left.
But I want to just talk about the optics and the politics of what happened last night, because I know that Democrats are being super critical because at the end of the day, Elon Musk is a billionaire. He's got conflicts of interest. And so it's rich to hear someone like Elon Musk tell us, just trust me, we're doing everything right. It's all above board. At the same time, though, when you compare what appears to be quite a bit of transparency in this new Trump administration versus the lack of transparency we received during the Biden administration, well, I mean, optically speaking, I think most Americans are going to have this sense that, you know, Trump is telling the truth. He wants to be honest with us. He's calling it like it is. You know, he's constantly in the media, constantly doing press conferences. And so I think that is an important thing for the Democratic Party to maybe soak in and realize, you know, if you're going to try to hide from your voters, if you're going to try to hide the ball from your base, it's not going to bode well for you. The optics of transparency is important. Actually being transparent is more important.
You know, Trump is great and all, but he's human just like the rest of us, and there are plenty of things that liberals could have nitpicked about or try to blow out of proportion that would have made more sense. I mean, lack of transparency is not one of President Trump's weaknesses. They may not like what he's being open about or the way he's saying it, but secrecy isn't something he's known for, despite how much political hacks and establishment media want it to be. The good news is we know how desperate they are because they're now resorting to "I know you are, but what am I" as a serious tactic. But let me know what you think. Which administration was more transparent, Trump or Biden's? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye.